Alright, back at it again. I literally finished it not even a full minute ago. My last video about is this a good first car? I don't know which one of these is going to be released first, but this video, what do cops think about this car? What made me want to make this video? A few different things, but the one that made me go and make it is tonight. So I got into an accident, just dropping off the accident report, and dude, you fishing for a ticket. So, let this be known, I live in Massachusetts. Your mileage is going to vary. Look at Notorious CVPI. I don't think he's making videos anymore. I know he doesn't have a Crown Vic anymore, but he has a Taurus Police Interceptor. And, he was like, when he had his Crown Vic, he was about the same age as me, 18, 19. And he's making videos, and he was like, oh, cops love that I drive this. Cops, I don't get fucked with. No one really cares. You get the Karens that fuck with you, but that's it. No. Citizens, a lot of them love this car. Cops, I was going to say it's 50-50, but it's not even 50-50, dude. Most cops hate this car. And mine in particular draws a lot of attention because it's not inherently a cop car, but it's enough to look like a cop car. So what happened tonight was I dropped off the accident report for that accident, and I handed in whatever. And the cop that responded to the accident, he was fishing, being an asshole at the accident scene, whatever. But he was there again tonight, and I don't think he realized I recognized him, but I walk out and I see him whip open the blinds. He's pointing at the window, waving his other buddy over that was nice at the counter, and they both come out. The one that was nice at the counter, he's like, oh, I go, what's up? He goes, oh, I thought it was a cop car. I'm like, yeah, no, it's my car. He goes, oh, I thought all this was illegal to own. Pointing to the push bar and lights and all that. I'm like, no, it's 100% legal. No flashing lights, nothing like that. It's legal. And he goes, oh, okay. And the cop that was an asshole, he comes up to my window, shines a flashlight right through it to look inside, which on the scene of the accident, he put his hand right on my window, put a handprint all over my window, which still pissed me off. He was off for quills or something like that. Fucking asshole. Fuck him. And he's looking, he's like, oh, you got a scanner in there? I'm like, yeah, they're not plugged in, but I do have them. That's why I have antennas. And he's like, oh, then the nice one goes, oh, will you turn on the lights for me? And I'm like, oh, sure, I will, but just, no more flashing, all solid white. And this dude was definitely staring at me that just passed by. But he's like, I'm like, yeah, turn them on, they're all white, I don't flash. Like, oh, no flashing, yeah. So we turn them on, and he's like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, it is. And I could tell that he was being sarcastic, not really. And he said he's trying to make small talk or whatever. But, yeah, so he's looking around. The officer Quills, the asshole one, he walks around the back of my car, and he did this at the accident too. He's like, oh, look at all this. On the accident, he walks up to me and he looks at the other officer that responded to the accident and goes, what's with the getup? And the other officer shrugs. The other officer on the accident was nice, but he goes, oh, look at all this. And I'm like, yep, it's just some antennas. And I'm like, yeah, the lights back there, the wired to my reverse lights, auxiliary reverse lights in Massachusetts are legal, They're 100% fine to have. And like, oh, what's up with the antennas though? And I'm like, for the stuff in there that you just mentioned. And he's like, oh, okay. And I asked, because since the accident, my mother was like, oh, maybe you should start getting stuff off this. It still pisses me off because I had plans for it, but I'm not even going to go into that in that video. But she basically told me not to, and now I'm going to fuck with. She's like, you probably should. But cops seem to love it or hate it. Which is funny, every single officer tells me, hey, look out for us, state cops. I've had an interaction with one state cop, and he fucking loved it, dude. And I was in the wrong. I was being an asshole, kind of. But that state cop that responded to that, he fucking loved it, dude. He was like, this is kind of cool. It wasn't like a call. It was I don't even fucking remember, but pretty much a state cop was there. And I was like, hey, bud, come over here. But, yeah, he fucking loved it, state cop. Mass state cops are assholes. I want to say the only ones that arrive with them really the CHPs, but they tend to be assholes. All my experiences with state cops were fucking amazing. But they're all like, oh, watch out for state cops. They're gonna fuck you over it. I'm like, sure they will, bud. What's illegal on this car? The window tint, technically, though it doesn't look illegal, and not having coverings on these light bars, which is a very obscure law that you need to dig. Most officers don't know about it. I have to tell them about it. But that's it. That's all that's illegal in this car. Having a scanner is not illegal in Massachusetts. I guess it is in Florida, though, I'm being told. But antennas aren't. No flashing lights. No siren, which legally, if I wanted them, I could have them. Because of Massachusetts, as long as it's not used on public roadways, you can have white and amber. Though technically you need a license for amber, but you can have all whites. Nothing. I'm gonna put lights in here. I don't really ride my music up too much. I do occasionally. So it doesn't really get that much attention. It's the exhaust, the squeakiness, and just the look of it. Which, this might confuse you guys, but that's why I still have my drag numbers on there. First I was keeping on because, ooh, I went to the drag strip, I want to be that guy. But I realized, instead of getting, what the fuck is this? Like, who's this guy? What does he think he is? Looks. I get, what is this? Like, what is this guy? Kind of confused looks. Like, what is this supposed to be with the numbers on there? I can't tell if people think it's an auction car or if people can tell it's a drag car. I haven't had any negative experiences with cops. Granted, it's been 4 days, I think, at the making of this video since I went to the drag strip. So that's a lot of time to fucking fuck with it, but yeah. So what do cops think? I don't know. I don't know. Your mileage may vary. My mileage, a lot of cops don't like it. I think they see a young kid who, I mean, I'm a big boy, but I could be a cop. I could easily pull off being an officer, especially considering I wear dark clothes all the time. My uniform is a collared shirt with black duty pants, kind of work pants type stuff, with he's pretty much uniform belt. Like, and I don't mean that I just got my uniform recently, like, but yeah, it sucks, because, you know, you look at the front of this car, it does. It kind of looks like a cop car, and then the big green sticker on there and the white Massachusetts plate. But you look at the back of this car, and it's weird, because this is what gets people's attention. This is what gets cops' attention a lot. How does this look like a cop car? I have Kurumi on here. Like, how the fuck does this look like a cop car? That, mixed with that, mixed with that, mixed with that, mixed with these aftermarket taillights. What makes you come up behind this thing, with the spoiler, may I add, what makes you come up behind this thing, and the roof spoiler as well, and go, oh shit, a cop? Like, nothing about this does. And it's always the cops that walk up behind, like, what's this? Like, what's with the getup? That get pissed off. Cop walks up front, oh, that's cool. The thing is, the back makes me look young. You know, that's why. It makes me look like a arrogant young kid looking for trouble. The front makes me look like an old dude. You know, maybe an ex-cop. Maybe something like that. But yeah, it's annoying to me. I hate it, which is why, if you're interested, it's for sale. I have it up there for $4,500 if you want. If you want to make an offer on it, if you're in the Massachusetts area, New England area, let me know. Make an offer on it. We'll see what we can do. I have extra parts for it to fix dumb shit. But yeah, what do cops think of me driving? I'm gonna label this what do cops think of me driving an ex-cop car. This isn't technically an ex-cop car. It was never in service. It was owned by a cop, and that's how it got like this. But yeah, I'm just gonna label this. What do police think of me driving an ex-cop car? And what do they think of it? I don't know. I don't know what the point of me making this video is. It's more of a rant about how I hate it. I hate people. And it's never cops that I get involved with that, like, need to respond to something, except for this accident. That was the only one. But it's never cops that, like, need to respond to something or whatever that don't like the car. It's always cops that pull up to me in a parking lot, or I ask them a question, or something like that. You know, which cops I want to make this clear. Cops haven't had to respond to me, I don't think, really ever, other than, I think, one road rage incident where this bitch was being an asshole and following me, and then she started claiming he was following me, he tried to grab me, and the cop was like, that's fucking wrong. Like, he has a reason to be here, you don't. That's a long story. Maybe I'll make another video on that. But yeah, what? I mean, I don't know. Mileage varies. Should you buy an ex-cop car? 100%, unless you're a teenage boy. Don't. You'll get in trouble. Which, if you're looking to buy a cop car, I want you to go look at my other video. I explain a little bit better about what my thoughts of it are, and I'll probably make a better video, because I'm just filming this at, I think it's probably 10:04 now, and the PM at a courthouse in fucking, you know, suburban Massachusetts, which, I mean, the view is beautiful, but I'm kind of rushing through because I don't think I'm supposed to be here after hours. But yeah, I'll probably eventually make another video about it. And I have, you know, this car makes for glorious photos. It makes great for scaring people if you're into that. But yeah, it also makes to get in trouble a lot. This car gains a lot of attention, and it's also just what's been done to my car. It's lifted. It has an exhaust, though almost all of these have an exhaust. But my car's been lifted. It squeaks a lot. It has the aftermarket wheels. It has all sorts of bullshit, and that's why this white fucking towel's on here. A coworker put it on there as a joke, and he didn't think I realized it, but he actually mentioned it to me today. He's like, "Hey, would you like to put something on your car?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I left it on there. I like the look of it," which I do. I like the look of it, but I also left it on there because it's less look of a cop car now, and that's what I'm gonna be like if I get pulled over. Like, why are you driving a cop car? I'm like, look at the white towel. Now my front end doesn't look like a cop car, because no fucking cop's gonna have that on their push bar. Look at the back of my car. No cop's gonna have that. My interior's tan. It's not gonna be a fucking cop car. But people don't seem to understand that. And yeah. So like I said, I think I've said like 5 times now, I'm just trying to end this video because I want to go home, eat food. I'm going out with some friends tomorrow. What do cops think of me driving a cop car? It varies. Most of them tend to not like it, I've realized. It used to be 50-50, though recently cars have been getting me more and more trouble just because of how much attention it gets. And I've been accused of impersonation, never been arrested for it, obviously, and nothing's ever held up because I'm like, I don't have flashing lights. I want to meet who called because I'm going to show him peace of my mind, and then cop will fuck off. Like, he'll just go away like, oh no, it's fine, it's whatever. Because, states say, as, law is, you have a right to face your accuser. So yeah, and they don't want to deal with that because I know the laws. I want them filed, arrested for falsifying a police report. Yeah, they tend to hate it. I think they're starting to hate me because I have to pull that shit every time they come up to me. But yeah, southern states I think like it better. Northern states, like where I am, not a big fan of it. I'm trying to get rid of this, trying to get myself a Marauder or even just regular Grand Marquis. Or as I like to call this one, I call this one Grandma Keith. And there's a story behind that in Facebook groups and stuff, but I call this one Grandma Keith. It's either Grandma Keith or Grammy, or sometimes I call her Vicky. But I don't like that one because it's not a real Vic. But yeah, I'll make another one of these videos that isn't so tangent when I get a better shooting equipment that isn't my phone in my hand at 10 p.m. And when I'm not so pissed off, and I'll actually probably have a script. But yeah, I guess do as you want with what this video has told you. It's not much else other than I'm supplying a different look than most of the videos on YouTube are. Most videos on YouTube are, cops don't care about me driving or anything, and it's not illegal, so even if they did, blah, 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 blah. And most people add that it's not illegal, so whatever, because they get fucked with. They want more cop cars that look like cop cars on the road so that they get fucked with less. But that's why a lot of them make that. I do believe Notorious CBPI, which I would love for you to reach out to me if you're seeing this. I doubt you are. But if you're seeing this, reach out to me about it. I want to have conversations about what you did to not get talked to, because we both live in the same state or neighboring states. We both live in the Northeast. I don't really want to say what state I think you live in, though look at my plates and you can tell. I want to have some conversations with you, trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong, what's getting me attention, all that. If you're down, I've tried to reach you on Twitter a few times, Instagram me, and one of them you responded. It was about the chevrons on the back of your car. I was like, oh, where did you get those? Those are cool. And the other one was for parts. But yeah, I mean, you're older now. You're probably not into this. You haven't had the Vic for a few years now, I think. I think it's been almost 3 years. So yeah, reach out to me if you can, bud. We'll see what's up. And yeah, like I said, take this with a grain of salt, I guess, because most videos are like, oh, don't worry about it. But I'm talking from my experiences, and I'm gonna have people in the comments be like, fuck you, I don't have issues. I have had issues. Great words of Nolan. Be kind. I love you. I don't know what to say. Fucking fuck off. Is that a good ending? Fuck you.